All right, here we are again today. This is times 3 from our last location at the Silver Spoon. Very sad. And
a couple of days. How many more days before it closes?
2 more days.
Maybe we could start something up and we'll get a rush of business. Or one person, somebody.
Well, in the blog today, he published a poem of mine, Silver Spoon, and then he did a print of his. Did you read the LA Times today?
There's a print of his and a poem of yours, and what about me?
Oh, famous Morris picture.
What about me?
Well, you got to show a little initiative.
Okay, well at least you told me. I didn't want to find out from some other show.
You got to send me stuff.
Send your own show? No, well you weren't on it.
Well, I'm the blog master. Send me goodies to put in. But we have put in stuff of you, Don.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done. No, you've actually.
You as famous Morris.
You got a 50-page interview from some guy out in
I'm
Canada.
going to complain about your efforts.
Did you read the LA Times today?
As soon as I got the subscription, I couldn't read the paper.
Okay, there's
when
one
I was
thing.
reading somebody else's paper, I read every corner of that New York Times. But now that it's mine, it comes in a blue package. You know what it is to have paper in a blue package? You open up that package and out comes a New York Times, the finest news stuff printed in the whole world. And I can't read it.
I'm talking about the LA Times.
LA Times is too I think myself so stupid when I'm reading it.
All right, but today in the LA Times, probably in the New York Times too, there was a story today.
When you read the New York Times, you feel intelligent.
That's right.
When you read the LA Times, you feel stupid. So even though you don't even read the New York Times, if you subscribe, you feel you're intelligent. But the LA Times, even if it's hanging around and you're looking at somebody else, it'll corrupt you.
The LA Times is a good one. Movies and sports. But anyway, get back to the LA Times. Let me just say something about the LA Times. There was a story today about the film registry, the Library of Congress. You know, every year they choose 25 films. And one of the films they chose today to be in it was a film I'm in, The Silence of the Lambs.
What film aren't you in?
Huh?
What film aren't you in?
And so anyway, it's a third film. Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Silence of the Lambs. You're in one, Rocky. Your name's in it, Rocky. They have a list.
I don't let them use my name.
They started in 1988. They choose 25 films a year at the film registry and they restore them. So you're in one of them, Rocky, in the Library of Congress.
See, that's important to you. See, don't even think to me.
He's a history guy, you know, history buff.
You don't like
movies? Appreciation of those.
You don't like movies?
What do we have in nightclubs? So I'm going to ask my friend.
Yeah, the top 10 nightclubs.
Greg is here. Greg is here. He's at the next table. He can't sit at this table because we're very exclusive. We only talk to each other. But well, I was going to ask you. You don't know the question I was going to ask you.
What are the top 10 nightclubs?
Top 10 nightclubs, yeah.
Oh yeah,
for the Smithsonian.
What do we have? In nightclubs, we don't have no Academy Awards.
Oh, you got the Copa?
We have nothing, but we don't have really nothing of substance.
Especially now, we don't have to install something.
Do they still have the insurance policy? Greg's a great comedian and actor. You'll never see his face. He's too much money.
It's too expensive, yeah.
They got the Comedy Channel today. He talked top 10 nightclubs. Now they got the Comedy Channel.
Greg, what do you got against Greg? You got to talk about the Comedy
I love Greg. He was marvelous doing Maliquania.
Very impolite. There's the man we booked on the show. He's on another table, so he's off. You got to be at this table to be on the show. You can be on the show just with your voice. Like I'm talking to Mrs. Greg.
Roberta.
Old friends of mine, great.
You feeling better today than you did yesterday, I
No,
can tell.
he gives me appraisals of he was only a doctor. He's not. A doctor don't talk like
back in the groove. Last night you felt like you were one funk
Sorry,
under a
Greg.
groove.
I wanted your opinion.
What was the question?
That's it.
Okay, here's the
Lost
question.
the question.
Here's the
I didn't
question.
expect the
Here's the
answer.
question for you.
What do you do around here if you don't remember the question? You're supposed to be listening. If I'm telling a question, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying it.
You're not asking it?
No, I'm saying it. I have nothing to do
You're
with
saying
it.
the question.
Saying
I
your
want to
question.
ask you a question.
Declarative.
What film, the last word of the film is hung?
What? Huh?
What film, the last word that is uttered in the film is hung? H-U-H. Hung.
What is it?
You don't know?
Huh? Huh? What's that?
Maltese Falcon. Remember the guy says this is stuff things are dreamed of, and the guy goes, huh?
Now you see what his dreams are composed of. Man, gotta understand this.
Here's one for you. Here's an easy one for you. What film, the last word of the film is Shane?
Shane.
Yell into the speaker so you can really sound that lib.
You're feeling better, I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day today.
It is a nice day.
Are you sad that the Silver Spoon is closing?
I don't know. How do you figure out when the temperature goes from 40 to 75? What do you dress for? You dress for the 75? Do you dress for the 60 in the middle? Do you dress for the morning chill when you get triple pneumonia?
Layers. You dress in layers.
Yeah, you peel the layers like an onion.
Oh, so you dress so you constantly take I thought it was a strange thing I did. I did the first half of the day. I came here and I couldn't decide. I got a jacket heavier and I wore the heaviest jacket. But lunchtime, when I went home and go to my doctor, I changed my jacket.
Hot.
I never changed my jacket in a day.
Yeah.
One day I figured I'm settled for it. But if I'm going to have to change 2-3 times a day, I'm going to need an assistant.
The valet.
Greg
That's
plays
what they call
a
it.
Monica. He's always, wherever it's stuck, good. Turn it over.
You should travel with 8 different coats in your car. That way you're never stuck.
Yeah, a little wardrobe section in the back of your car.
You remember the J.T. Berry?
Yes.
He used to have a station wagon and he used to do, and he used to come out. It was like it was a dressing room. It was great. I opened the door, I see size 42, 43, all lined up.
And
He sleeps there.
Yeah, if they wanted an engineer, he would have the engineer's outfit.
I was sitting with a guy.
And he had a job usually at the time, so he was dressed like for the job. But most of his jobs, he had got jobs acting those
I
jobs.
was sitting with a guy the other day at Farmers Market, a writer-director, and he talks for himself about 20 minutes. And finally says, that's enough talk about me. What do you think about my new shoes?
Never said that. We never did that before with the movement.
You've been there.
You did it before. Because you're getting known for that. You're getting known for that. You get requests.
Requests for the non sequiturs.
He was at the memorial for Billie Holiday at Carnegie Hall when she died. All these jazz greats.
No, wasn't that the
Wonder
Apollo?
Comedian there.
He changes every time.
Yeah, not Carnegie Hall. It was the Apollo.
Huh?
Wasn't the Apollo Theater?
No,
I'll
Carnegie
tell you
Hall.
one thing, you'll never find out if I was there if you check their books.
You didn't get paid?
First of all, they wouldn't let you check their books.
Were you the only comedian there?
I thought I was, but no, Symphony Sid was the MC. Remember Symphony Sid? Symphony Sid. Cy Zenton, remember Cy Zenton's band One Step Up from the Lawrence Welk?
Remember the Zeidler brothers?
He wanted to be considered a jazz guy.
Yeah.
His whole band, 19 guys. Took them a couple of blocks over from where he was working in Roseland to Carnegie Hall where we were having the show and one kind of. And Symphony Sid, dead drunk, is the MC. He comes out and says, "What the hell is this goddamn Cy Zenton doing here? What does he know about jazz? Man, there's nothing to do with jazz." So all the jazz aficionados, we just take a little nap. Because the real jazz people ain't gonna be here for another hour. So here he is, whatever his name, Cy Zenton, play your goddamn song. And I said, "What are you doing? Fucking, this is jazz. This is our night. You don't bring those people and they contaminate you." It's crazy.
Yeah, so what did Cy Zentner play?
Huh?
What did he play?
Well, he played the opening song. He played his hit record. He was pushing his record. Cy Zentner, I think, was a piano player. Yeah, big band, 15 pieces. He was hot for a while.
Oh yeah, he did a lot of covers.
What was his big record? Anybody know his big record?
Are you going out on New Year's Eve?
He wasn't on the Lawrence Welk.
No, I said he was, to me,
One step ahead of.
He was Lawrence Welk and then him. But they put him in.
When Lawrence Welk came out with his, and now we have a medley of songs from World War II.
That was Greg talking.
He was reading
The cue card.
Do they hear him, David? Do they hear him?
A little bit, yeah.
Over there, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know David, right?
Yeah.
I know they're,
I'm David.
I don't know the center of his
You're
face.
Harry.
I don't know the center of his face.
Well, I look out from around the
I
camera.
know they do the
David
hairline.
is smooth. He can fix and do anything.
And he can talk about anything.
He's got steady hands. He's got grace.
That's one thing I want.
Tripod hands.
How you manage to keep it. But artists, they make a line. They pay no attention to a line. Perfectly straight. You stand there with a protractor, a line, 3 people holding a nail.
Yeah. Hand-eye coordination.
I bought a painting of his and I put it on the wall for about 8-9 months because I was afraid I'd line it up wrong. You know? He comes over the house one day and I say, geez, you know, I felt this is your painting. I want to put it up there, but I can't line it. It took him 3 seconds. He didn't even change. Are you sure it's straight? You didn't look at nothing. You just put it there, and it was right.
Or you remember the pop artists? David, you remember the pop artists that do the, like Lichtenstein?
Lichtenstein, yeah.
Big billboards, and they would walk away without even looking to see if they got it straight.
Yeah.
They just do it out instinct, right?
Oh, sure,
Walk
yeah.
away, never look back. You do that with your comedy. You
He
don't
paints
care.
and doesn't even pay attention to his
Do you
his
do your
painting.
comedy and look around and see if you got it straight? You do it and you move on, right?
I run usually.
Do you write your own material?
Yes, I don't know.
You write it down on a paper?
No, if I write it down, I figure what you say is one thing, what you put down, what you think you want to say, and put it down in writing is different. And there's a big danger there, because the people who can write that stuff right off the bat, they're geniuses, because not when you talk. When you talk differently than when you write.
Why do comedians, some of these shows have so many comedians writing for them?
Because it's very hard to find one
You
that's
never had
funny.
writers, you wrote all your own, right?
Writers aren't writers. Go to the writers and look at those people.
What are
Are
they?
they responsible for the ideas of America?
What are they?
Did I ever tell you my
Typists.
story?
Clean typists. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. They're like urchins that cling to like conglomerates. You know?
Who do you like better, the Ritz brothers or the Marx brothers?
I like the what's his name? The guy, stick-up guy. Jesse James. The James brothers. You want a couple of bucks, the James brothers. We'll be right back.
The James Gang? Did you like that rock and roll group, the James
James Gang, yeah, they were great.
They were good.
Oh, I love those movies. There was there's a brother of the James Gang, and an uncle
Yep.
of the James, and the cousin that knew one of the uncles of the James Gang.
That was a early franchise,
Yeah,
as they call
it
it.
started with the ink spots. The ink spots started in caveman style.
Yeah, and they ended up with,
Yeah, what group? The ink spots. It's like
No, he was number 1, number 2.
number 2, number 3.
yeah, now talk about a franchise. You could buy it from Chicago. I'd like to start in Ink Spots. Well, that would be $1,200 a month.
Chicago will sell you anything even if they don't own it.
Yeah.
It'll take them a half hour. Wait.
And remember, they talk about the James Gang. Remember they talk about Billy the Kid?
Yeah.
The truth is, Billy the Kid was a nasty little bastard, right?
Well, was he a kid? Was he a kid?
He just looked like a kid.
How long did he live? Billy.
24, 25.
That's Greg's. Well, off camera.
Yep.
He was great playing Malaguena.
Very hard to work a table away. You know, I don't know, something about a gulf between you and you. I remember I once worked at a nightclub where they had roller skating. So that you worked at
Why don't you bring up John Regis?
John Regis. Oh yeah, I saw him roller skating. John Regis was.
He was here yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
You see with the show, you don't know the difference between yesterday and today.
Yeah.
But because they're both the same, unfortunately. But
let's try to keep it here.
John Regis was a man of about 50. A man about 50 years old. He was skating in Venice with the
I hope you didn't go roller skating.
No, but he had the whole outfit. He had I mean, if you don't think you're going to end up in a hospital, why the hell are you wearing elbow pads, hand pads, head guard, shoulder guard, knee pads? I'm not going to have a good time.
Let's go back to David's question earlier. What are the top 10 nightclubs for comics right today?
There are none.
What would be the Tonight Show? Would be David Letterman, Jon Stewart. Those would be the main places.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, those shows are based upon the star being successful. They're not based upon the guest. If the guest adds to the star, that's what makes it today.
I used to love George Gobel. He was one of my favorites. George Gobel.
Because you're so subtle.
Lonesome George.
You're an intellectual. You're personal and everything. Hey, I never saw a sweater.
I got this for Christmas.
Yeah?
Hey, that's one classy outfit.
You bought your own Christmas present?
I bought my own Christmas present.
Yeah, he went to Men's
My wife
Warehouse.
gave me a $50 gift certificate, and this was $59. I got it for $30, and then they took $17
You
off.
should have given it to me, and I would have given it back to you as a present.
I got it for $23.
Joseph A. Bank. 2 for 1.
You're gonna love the way you look. I guarantee.
I guarantee.
Yeah, he's got it.
I'm at the, remember the Rite Aid up there? Greg, remember the Rite Aid up there at, remember the Rite Aid up there at Fairfax at Sunset?
Yeah,
I'm up there years
my
ago.
wife's arriving.
His wife is
Got to clean up the
I
act.
used to buy these socks for 99 cents, black socks.
Well, we don't have to clean it up that much. She's a New York friar.
Behind me. So I read what it said underneath. It said, guaranteed for 5 years. And this woman says, do you believe it?
You believe what?
That the socks were guaranteed for 5 years.
Did you believe it?
Oh, here comes Friar Judy.
They can't guarantee socks. They can't guarantee socks.
These guys
You always
go
get holes in your socks.
Now, when you turn your head away, David.
Yes.
When he turns his head away from the camera.
It's his wife, Judy.
How are you able to still film?
He's got the skills.
Those hands are amazing.
Yep.
Those are not hands. They were put on.
He's a freehand draftsman.
He hasn't moved those 2 elbows. It's just amazing how straight.
Yeah, it's a perfect tripod.
Don feels better today. Last night he was one funk under a groove, but today he's better.
Oh, Don's hot today.
He's happy.
He's got his groove back.
He likes us, all of us. We all like him.
Take away my son.
He's like a friend of mine who's an actor. We were talking about people. He says, I like people who like me.
Who said that?
Don Calfa.
He likes people who likes him?
Yeah, he said, I like people who like me.
You don't like people that don't like you.
You try.
Although some people, they fool you. You think they like you, but they don't like you.
Welcome to Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood.
You know
right?
the definition of a friend in Hollywood? Someone who stabs you in the breast.
I think we lost Greg altogether. He left.
He's right there.
Oh, he's still here.
No, he's still supervising. Script supervisor.
He was great on the show. Remember he was on the show way back when we first started?
He was
That's
great
right.
playing Malaguena.
Started years ago. When did we start this show?
We started this show in October. The first posting on the blog was November 21st.
So who pays for it? Actually, nobody pays for anything.
Google.
But you have to pay for the film you put in. There's no film.
It's time.
This is digital, man.
It's no film, it's digital. So
It's all dig.
Digital is not film. What is digital?
It's ones and zeros in a row.
Isn't digital a type of film?
No, ones and zeros.
So how do you glue the pictures onto ones and zeros?
This little camera does that.
You have to pay for the
On
battery.
the camera? That's fascinating.
Yeah.
How does this picture actually come out? Why?
Well, that's the major question. Why are we doing this? Okay.
I know why we're doing
this.
this.
Why?
We don't
your
care.
idea.
We're at that point in life where you don't care.
Those cameras, with video cameras, is almost out of business.
Oh, yeah.
We can't maintain a steady conversation with a man at another table.
We were talking about those cameras.
Yeah, well, that's right. These cameras are multi-use.
We don't mind one line. Pull up the table.
What are you doing for New Year's Eve?
What are you doing for New Year's Eve? Well, I'm looking for a date. I was looking for a date.
Drinking champagne. How about you guys?
Marty's red. I'm the guy they gotta find a date for. Did you do that?
So-
Did you do the role of my Marty?
Oh, yeah.
So, Harry, what's the word of the day?
And I'm the guy they gotta get a
You got a
date.
perfect word?
Perfect word?
Yeah, the word of the day.
Ignoramus.
Are we going with ignoramus?
No, we don't. Who said we were gonna take a vote? When did this become a vote?
No vote.
Man asked for something and then he questioned.
But he asked me, so
then
let
he
me
put
answer
what
him.
you asked
Okay,
him
Harry.
for nothing.
Let me
and he
give
put
you
it up.
one.
Wait a minute. Look at this insult he cast.
Okay.
Merriment.
Merriment.
You ignored me totally.
No, you said
didn't even acknowledge that we
ignoramus.
talked
No, you said
about it.
ignoramus.
No, you were not a help.
Yeah.
Okay, so the word of
Merriment.
merriment is our word of the day.
Okay, ignoramus is out.
Yeah, that's out.
Nobody could ever use that.
No.
Okay?
We're crossing that one out, and we're going to go merriment.
Instead of a decent.
I want-
Merriment.
Oh, yeah. Let's go out quiet.
Let's go out. And
So here we are, guys. It's the end of our program today. We thank Don Sherman for his eloquence, and Harry Northup, we thank him for his history, and we'll thank me for holding up the camera.
Thank you for
David Lloyd
Thank
Glover.
Greg and Tony.
And we thank Greg Lewis for throwing in the odd comment.
Show his face.
and Roberta and
In
Judy.
spite of the threats, we will show you Greg's face.
Thank you for coming through the door.
You didn't receive the threat. I received it.
Thank you for coming
Okay,
through the door.
goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.